Okay, hello, testing 102. I've come to talk to only you. What is ongoing, humans and peoples and puppies and kittens and mass hysteria? I came to play. I've already got my gloves on. Because I've been too skimpy with the clay in this keycap globe, so it keeps, parts of it keep coming apart. Work on that. I've done some artwork off camera. My name's Keith, by the way. I'm in Texas, and Thoughtstorms is the, I don't know, the branding name. And I want to be an artist again, even if it's very, very kind of part-time, at least until I have to relocate into somewhere without internet or something of that sort. So I will, let's see, I have 3 cameras, 3 external cameras and a laptop camera. I've got more cameras than that, but these 3 externals Here's a new one to you guys. I haven't featured it so far until now. So it's upside down. So now you can see me 3 different ways, and none of it's any good. But hopefully I can get down in stuff inside of the sphere and looking at it close up. I can't get all 3 of these exterior cameras to work. I can get 2 at a time, and it seems to be random which 2 at which time. Oh boy. Alright, looks like nobody has tried to chat yet. That's fine. Kids and dogs and boys and girls. Ain't we got fun? So I already got the gloves on. Somebody thinks to remind me to show progress on the popcorn kernel sculpting. That'll be good. There's a camera pointing at my boom mic. I don't need that one. I want to go to another scene that's got... doesn't have that, because I don't need it yet. I also want to paint the want the chewing gum probably like a black or a really, really, really darkly pigmented multiple colors. I found some paintbrushes, but I didn't find my black paint. I bought some black paint from Stuart Simple. That's before he came out with Black 2.0. This is just called Black. It was the blackest you could get without being a niche Kumar? Nope, that's the wrong name. Anish Kapoor, I think. Anyway, and I've known where that paint was for 5 years now, until I wanted to use it today and can't find it. So that's fun. It's fun, it's funny, it's frohupular. In a constant state of, there it is, trying to see, haha, I got it muted. Alright, so I can see my YouTube stream right there. Not counting the chat, but that's fine. So yeah, I'm going to work on the, oh, what do you do? Oh, God. Now I've got a large screen that I can see what my camera can see, or what it could see 3 minutes ago. I've got to work it out to where one of these monitors is live so I can point things at the camera and be seen and know when I'm being seen. But apparently that's not on the cards for today. I'm going to mix up some epoxy sculpt. Where is the camera? Epoxy sculpt by Small Tongue. You know what they say? A loose tongue will get you into a tight place. The town I used to live in, that is what you would find on a church sign where you can move the letters around. A loose tongue will get you into a tight place. I'd stayed up for a week. The church I used to sing in the choir at in that town had another one of those signs that says, "Don't forget to pick up your love loaf." I'm bad. I hardly ever forget to pick up my love loaf. I'll forget a lot of things, but picking up my love loaf, no, that's a priority. It is almost unto giggle. Alright, I've got some of the B part here. About the size. Of course, the one that's choosing to work now, I can't get it solidly hooked up to the tripod, so I can change the gooseneck shape of it, and that affects it a little bit, but not as well as one would hope. I think I've been using more A than B. My A pot seems a little low. I think for what I'm doing, I can be off a little bit, so I'm gonna be more generous with B. Let's see, this is B, this is A, yeah. So if you drop by and feel like it, say hello in chat. One ongoing game, throw out a random word and I'll see if I know a song with a lyric that contains that word. It's a game we don't play very often, but sometimes. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. Trying to get this marbled. These are fairly subtle. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but right now it looks like a medium gray on very light gray zebra stripe. Gotta keep mixing it up so that it will begin to kick. This ain't nothing more in my theory, at least, than 2-part epoxy, both parts mixed with a white powder of some kind. Cornstarch, I wouldn't wonder. Nope, not mixed up yet. And then, when it starts setting up faster than I can make good use of it, I end up putting little snaky dealies on this thing, which won't look quite so pornographically weird. An eventual paint job is rendered. Alright, that. To work. So what was I putting? Oh yeah. Answers that question, but now where is the thing? Where is the thing? Might as well be consistent. How's everybody doing? Oh, give me half a dozen for the hotel room. Whoever we are, wherever we're from, we should have noticed by now our behavior is dumb. Alright. Got this green plastic tray thing. Good Lord. I guess it's visible, and I've got some glue. Stick fast, instant adhesive, medium CA glue. It ain't medium. It's a hell of a lot runnier than medium. Put a little bit in this green plastic tray. Makes me think of a song, Fake Plastic Trees, which I can't think of a bit of it, except the title. Anyway, I put that on there so that when I go to take in a segment of this gluey stuff, I can dip some of it into that so it starts adhering right away. So I've got loose joints here. There we go. I don't know what you can see. Whoa. I built things inside of this copper mixing bowl because that gives the curvature of the outer aspect some consistency. It was giving it consistency. Alright, I've already lost where there it is. Right there. Okay. This is one of my patented, let's try some materials and techniques and tools. And while we're doing it, let's do it to where if it turns out at all, it'll look cool. It'll be a interesting, useful looking. artwork. Because sometimes even in the art world, that old expression, I'd rather be lucky than good, appertains. Okay, where's the other? The last kind of big continent to go on. You see that in the hand camera, face camera. See the glue. I was trying to just pinch it in without ever sanding it or wire brushing it or torching it, because all of those are undesirable. Torch makes fumes. Wire brush makes some microplastics, whereas sanding makes a stupid amount of said microplastics. Okay. I've got an old joining area that needs to be snipped off. And for that, I've got come on, straight, not curved. What do you call these? 10 snips. They're pretty good at snipping large, heavy stuff. Harder to break that stuff without these, to be sure. Alright, get some of those crumbs out of there. And then I can figure out a way to stick this that looks kind of nice and organic and random. I like that, but that's leaving too big a gap. But that's our. I mean, I don't really have any. I don't have very many keycaps left. I've got what I call duplexes, two of them together. Those can work on some bald patches, but I am afflicted with a bulge patch. Alrighty. See where it needs to go and getting okay. Getting my hand where it needs to go. Is going to be a problem, and I sort of anticipated that. How about not trying this on stream? There's a little key that's dropped off of somewhere. All right. So I've already learned a lot about this project. Not that I'll probably look into a bunch of these keys again. Oh, I might do though. Anybody knows a good place to buy useful junk? You know, stuff that I don't care what it, I don't need it to work. I just want the husk of the electronic thing. There was a three-dimensional mouse, Falcon. Can't think of the other name, but Falcon was the model, I guess. And you could grab it was motorized, and it would push against you and everything. And it didn't go terribly far, but I want one of those units that no longer works. I want to try some stuff with the exterior structure of it. Where have I put? There it is. By the way, belated trigger warnings if messy work area is triggering for you, because I'm pretty hopeless on that. Ooh. Add some more of this epoxy sculpt. That was just working because it is already trying to wiggle loose. My late father was a very, very talented artist. He was the kind of talented that he didn't have to work hard at it, and as a result, kind of never developed a passion for it the way people who really have to struggle, like one of his students. He taught an artist, and I'm blanking on the artist's name completely now. That stinks. Wayne Bays, I think. Anyway, he didn't have the natural just pick up a pencil and go that my dad had. He had to work hard at it, but he was passionate about it, and as far as I know, he's still doing it. I don't know, he may be retired, he might be passing by now. I haven't looked him up in a long time. And I am definitely not my dad's level of talent. I've got some pretty good creativity. Skills / instincts. Oh dear, that did not. Oh, that didn't go on where it was supposed to go. Okay. Well, that one's gonna. I'm getting the glue on it, but. Okay, ow. That's not switched on anyway. I'm going to set this aside because there are two joins and they are not very solid at all. Whereas in about 3 to 5 hours, they're going to be very solid. So, oh Lord, I made so much extra epoxy sculpt I didn't need to make. Yeah, it's one thing about winging it. I do have a backup plan, although at the moment I can't find the clay that alright. Really not very many places I could have put it, so naturally it's nowhere to be found. Yeah, that makes my skin crawl. Damn it. Didn't help that it's two different kinds of clay. They're all white, which is good when you go to wanting to paint them, but I've got a big chunk. Let's see it on the floor. Well, that's upsetting. And will be quite upsetting if I don't find it and it just sets up in an ugly shape. Stuff is not as expensive as the first brand I worked with, but it do not grow on tree. What in the wide world of sports? Okay, everyone, if you're here, take 5. I'm going to find that stinking clay before it sets up. This is nauseating. Absolutely. Don't be scared, it's just me. I cannot find, about 2/3 of a golf ball size lump of epoxy sculpt clay that I rolled up and got ready and set aside, and now it's fucking gone. Probably cost about $3 maybe. I don't know. I think that's a good guesstimate. But it's gone. No use crying over lost epoxy sculpt, I guess. I am here to embrace the shambolic and excuse me, fight against my perfectionism. And I guess this is a useful way to do it. This workspace is just not. Now, it's cluttered, I will grant you. But it always is, and I know what's been moved recently and what hasn't. What I would be doing with it, if I could find it, I would be adding snakes to the mask. This thing. But maybe moving on to other topics, it'll turn up, but I doubt it. That's okay. Life is pain. Anyone telling you different is selling something. So, on that cheery note, anybody hungry for some popcorn? Oh! Let's get... Oh, that's not ideal. Okay, there we go. Move that into the way. That's probably the... Jesus. Because who needs light? Certainly not me, I'll tell you that right now. It is maybe shaping up to be that kind of a day. Alright, can you see? Yes, you can. Good. Alright. Well, these small bits are to be attached onto larger bits. I try to torch on this clay to see what would happen with extreme heat. It looks kind of like burnt popcorn, which is appropriate. So these are individual factors. This one's not quite an entire. That's probably the smallest I can get away with, without it just looking like actual popcorn. There's another. And another. I felt like I could sit and watch television while making these. So I did. Interested to know what you think. How small can I go without it just being a slightly unusual sized popcorn kernel? La 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 la. Here's a fairly large one that's pretty close to complete. Of course, white wants to wash out on my mostly hand-me-down technology. I like this one pretty well. But once again, it's kind of hard to see even with the light failing me. Kind of hard to see the detail. And it's all white. I have some paint pens that I am hopeful I might be able to make little tiny dots, because the if you look closely at a real popcorn kernel, the outer shell will almost always stick to the white stuff. If you ever watched it in popcorn pop in the high-speed camera, it kind of just it looks like the expanding foam you get at the store, which, yes, I do plan to try that when budget allows. Anyway, it stays behind, and somewhere I've got a good picture, good photograph of that, but it'll have just, you know, these somewhat squared off flecks of the stuff remaining, and they're all a little bit concave. But that's also what happens in these larger things. This cavity here, don't know how well you can see it. Maybe that helps. It's formed because it's gone inside out to how it was for however long on the cob. You ever popped popcorn on the cob? It's kind of cool. And the worst parts of the popcorn that get stuck in your teeth and all that mostly remain behind, attached to the cob, which is kind of cool also. Kind of cool. So I'm making larger and smaller. Okay, what's the light? I don't have nearly enough light, and yet this is still too blown out. Let me try something. I don't know if that's any better. But that's a larger one. Something I can try. Art demo hands cams. Where is that one now? Here it is. Now, this is a nice realistic part, except down inside there should be some remnants of the shell that stays behind. I may not try to do that. I may just try to stylize it without that, but if I could get it to do that, it would be 20 times cooler. Okay. That's my main show and tell. Oh. I've got other show and tell. Oh, some sketches. I used to sketch my ideas down on paper. Okay. Since I started watching YouTube channels where people use that foam, not the foam, before I knew about the foam clay, dang it. Gym mat things that stick to each other like puzzle pieces. Anyway, they make things out of that, like they make armor. Like, now I need more light than I have. Because of course I do. Anyway, I like the idea of making toys like they would have made in the old days out of wood, out of that upside down. Looks like a Volkswagen Beetle. But it's attempting to look like an octahedron, an 8-sided dice from D&D days. And then I thought it would be cool to make a pentagonal dodecahedron. Oh, I sometimes date these sketches. This says 13 August 2017. So here's a Volkswagen microbus done to look like a pentagonal, or to be the shape of a pentagonal dodecahedron, or one of these things. I have so many things around here that are pentagonal dodecahedrons, it's almost embarrassing. So, found those sketches, thought they were kind of neat. Wouldn't mind blowing the dust off of them. I think they might be a good thing to work on in Blender or some other 3D software. I eventually would like to try my hand at 3D printing some of my artworks. Boy, it's hard for me to just forget about that clay that flew the damn coop. Because it's just going horribly wrong. And for no reason whatsoever. When I left the room to cool down, I grabbed me some diet soda. So drink up. Used to go through about 3 liters a day of that stuff. Now it's considerably less than a half liter a day most days. But I do like to pour it into the Kroger brand lactose free, no sugar added ice cream. That's one good thing about Kroger. They're pissing me off right now trying to merge up with Albertsons and become bigger than God. But They do some good things, and that's the best. Pour some, either the cola or the Dr. K, Dr. Pepper knockoff, or root beer. And I find that the chocolate ice cream is the best. Good stuff. Still wasn't able to find how to advance the slideshow that's over here manually, so I could talk about each one. That is an artwork that took me different close-ups of an artwork that took me, that took me weeks of real time. There's a septaphrynus. Anyway, these are the same art that was on the last time I was on. I see the scroll is mentioning the random word. See if I can think of a song. Across the top it says patreon.com/thoughtstorms and ko-fi.com/thoughtstorms. If you can give, please do. I have not pulled my considerable weight in a very long time, and I need to at least get closer to that. I need to pull my own weight, but I'm also not terribly charismatic, and I don't have tons and tons of friends IRL or even online anymore. Excuse me. So, if you have some disposable income and no guilt trip or anything, please don't give it if you can't afford it. If you don't know where 2-ply toilet paper is coming from, don't give me a dime. The final job I had before the plague was the best money I'd ever made, and at that time I was given to 5 different campaigns and still putting money in savings, which really lasted me a long time in the pandemic. If the lockdown hadn't been so damn long, and if my health hadn't taken a turn, I might could have gone back to work. Anyway, yeah, if you can help, please do. It sounds foolish to say not for me, but for the people who care about me and can't allow me to go homeless. I've never fallen that far. I've never been homeless, but yeah, I've been mightily close. And if anybody out there is skilled at looking for government assistance, maybe get in touch on that front as well, because I need to help the people who can't help but help. So for a couple of reasons, the actual artwork assembly fell off. Let's give it one more look, because that clay's maybe still good if I were to lay hands on it. But I'm not going to, so I'm going to do something different. It's not... Oh! Oh, so annoying. Kind of funny though. I have this set up to be whatever this second monitor is showing. And at the moment it's showing my live stream. Oh boy, here we go. Wayne's World, excellent. Party down, party time, or whatever it is. So, I need to change. Oh hell, I'm going to do a short one of these. Okay, if it'll let me. Not that short. How about 20 by 20 hard? And oh shoot, now I can't see. I got picture in picture. Oh, there we go. Alright, I'll start a new one of these. Y'all ready to time me? Alright, new puzzle. Ready, steady, go. I'm kidding, the game times itself. There has to be 3 lines around this 3. Not 4, not 2. And things can't start and stop and mess around like that. So, I happen to know that with these 3s together, these outer corners have to be lines. And if they can't be lines, which that wouldn't make one constant loop, it's got to be out here. I'll do a little more talky talk and then I'll start a fresh one. I think I'll start a smaller, simpler. Actually, 15 by 15 hard ought to be good. Alright, here we go. Alright, well that 0 is evident. It also can't be that, so I'm putting the X's there. When you're new to this game, place your X's. You right click instead of left click and it will put an X. And you think, well, if I'm the one putting the X, won't I know there's supposed to be an X there? Yeah, but not when you're panicking. Many's the time I worked my way out of a jam because I had put almost redundant X markings. There's various settings you can change. When I put this 1 by this 1, it puts the 3 X's around it. That's all in here. Well, I'm not going for speed. I'm actually kind of going for relaxation because losing that clay has me mightily bummed. I know, embrace the shambolic, but damn it. Preferably not when it's going to cost actual real world money. I don't think it's very much money. Okay, let's look at this. This guy right here. That line can either go up or it can go right. If it goes right, there will be an X here. If it goes up, there will be an X here. So one of these two is an X. I don't know which one, but I do know the other two are lines and not X's. So that one is evident. And the same thing with this 3. It's either that or that, but it's both these. I don't know if that helps explain why this kind of scratches an itch in my brain. It's logical. It's consistent. Even when it doesn't seem to be, ends up being consistent. Now see, I didn't have to put that X there, but it's a good idea to do it. Alright, because of this line here, it's either here or here, which means it can't be here or here. So I've put those squares in place, X's. Oops. Alrighty. Now, this one, that line can't be it, because that would orphan right there. So that's an X. Also can't be that. That would make a orphan, so I know to X that out. Now we're at an up or left, but not above. You begin to get the idea, I assume. Everybody staying cool in the summer. I know I have at least a couple of followers on the other side of the world, but I don't think anybody's tuned in. Boy. Oh, here's another. No, it's not. Okay, well, I know it can't be this. Because if it was, it would be this, and that would just be a string that's orphaned out that way. So I could put an X there, and lines there. I thought that was an example of an even cooler phenomenon. Let's see. In and around the lake. Well, here we go. That one was evident, and that two's evident. By the way, it can't be that, so that's an X. Oops. Also can't be that, so that's an X. So that's got to go to the right. This could go up, up or left. This could be this or this. So it's neither this nor this. So those are X's. And that 3 tells me that has to be like that. Boom, bop, deep, boop, 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 bop, beep, 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 bop. Okay, there's a half evident one that can't be either of those, which makes the 3 evident. There's evidence. Oh. This is intended to relax me. I did turn the sound back on. Good. I didn't check that. Sometimes the larger grids are easier to work than the smaller ones. By the time of the Roman conquest, the royal framework was complete. There's an X I haven't placed. So this could either be this or it could be this. This could be this or this. But both eventualities work, so that didn't really singles anything out. I tell you what, I'm not forming very good words today or anything. Tell you what, I'm getting bored with this, so anyone hypothetically tuning in is bound to be. Let's do when taken. Good Lord. There it is. All right. All right. I like that logo. Centaur Air. Can't tell much about the uniform. I don't see a flag yet. My lazy mind, who's heard of, you know, probably 3 or 4 Israeli females, makes me think Indira Gandhi. Hey Google, what year did Indira Gandhi die?
Indira Gandhi was assassinated on the 31st of October, 1984.
84, wow. I would have thought it was, earlier than that. So I'm going to acknowledge that I don't know what this flag is. So I'm going to guess India. I'm going to guess 70s, like early 70s. 1973, how about? And stick her out in the ocean. Stick her out in the ocean like a star. And near Mumbai seems smart as anything, so 68, 5 years off. Oh. But it was Indira Gandhi. So at least I got the person right. Next round. Less than half the points. Is this showing okay on the screen? In and around the lake. Oh, wow. Well, we got palm trees. And we got what looks to me like U.S. military, although, I mean, there's no insignia there. Boy, this is a rough one. Can't be India. There's nobody on top of the train car. I would love to visit India, except that I wouldn't. I can't handle the spicy food, I can't handle crowds, and I can't handle the heat. Other than that, it'd be just about perfect for me. This is horrible. I feel like the camo here, whether it's US or otherwise, is from a previous era. Of course, it looks a little more modern than the rest of the clothing here, so I don't know what to tell you here. I'm gonna once again put you roughly in India. This is horrible. 1971. This is going to be way off on both counts. 46. Dutch military. Indonesian. Yes. Embrace the shambolic with me. That was. Of course, nobody's helping. Heavens. I don't need to worry about that. It's okay. Well, very fine hat. Reasonably modern shades, despite black and white photography and we got mountains or foothills. We got a flag in black and white. I'm just going to let my unconscious mind suggest Haiti and late 40s, 1947. Haiti. Get off of me. Alright, guessing. 55, so 6 years off. Caribbean Netherlands, not that far off. In fact, that was maybe, I think that's my best round today. Get where I can get closer to the. Alright, taxis, rice. It's after the comets have gone overhead and everyone has dropped away. And I don't know my architecture. Clean, healthy, nutritious. Okay. I don't see a city name stamped on anything. Finlay's. What is that? Eyeglasses place, I'm guessing. Central Arcade. That's nothing even to Google. Oh, I have not traveled. Here we are. This is. You're kidding me. There's not one thing about that that's legible. I don't know. Sculpture makes me think Italy. Language is not making me think Italy. Just taxis. Seems like in England they don't really call them taxis, right? Maybe they do on the signage. I don't know where to put this. Really don't, or when. Of course, it's kind of the idea. I recklessly stuck you in the UK. And I'm going to call it 2018. 2020 Gray's Monument Station. No, monument taken from Gray Street, Newcastle upon Tyne. During the national lockdown 2020. Ah, see? I was pointing out that it was after the comment went over. So that actually wasn't a bad round either. In fact, I think that was my best round so far today. All right. Holiday snaps. I know these people. I'm kidding. I don't really. Nothing super modern, although that pink doesn't bespeak the 90s to me. Got somebody smoking. I'm telling. Well, I never know where these ruins I'm feeling Malaysia. Or maybe I'm just feeling a malaise. No, now go away, we shall taunt you a second time with our outrageous Malaysian accents. That's not what I meant to click. Where are you, Malaysia? All right. I'll give it a 2017 again, I think. 2012, 5 off. Belize. Well, see, that's pretty damn close. I mean, don't get much more shambolic than that. But I got more than half. Goodness. Well, I've been on a little over an hour. I can't really do any I could work on popcorn, but I'm kind of somewhat caught up on that. I think I'm going to call it a day here pretty quickly. There I am. Oops. Chan, 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 chan. Does my picture in picture, yeah. Alright. Well, if you dropped by, thanks for dropping by. If you didn't, thanks for not dropping by. If you are hearing this even though you didn't get here live, that's because you're looking at the video on demand and somebody's watching these. I'm not watching all of them, and most of them are getting 3 to sometimes 10 views. On the 2 platforms. Well, so the plan for the next stream is Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 p.m. Texas time, which is the same as Chicago time, which is Central Daylight Mangling time. The light comes back on. This isn't terribly uplifting, but it's a true thing I've said many times that I'm going to say again. Money can't buy you happiness. Poverty can enhance the hell out of your depression. It can. Y'all take care. Bye.